before you go up on the floor, I just want to give you a few tips on how to be a good Santa Claus.
Go right ahead.
Well, here's a list of toys that we have to push, you know, things that we're overstocked on. Now, you'll find that a great many children will be undecided as to what they want for Christmas. When that happens, you immediately suggest one of these items.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everybody! That is my best impersonation of Santa Claus, and Christmas has come to represent different things to people over the years. And the movies here reflect that in kind. So if you're traditional and you're feeling nostalgic, you'll be pleased to see where these movies fit on our list of the best Christmas movies ranked by Tomatometer. And if this time of year reminds you of sitting around the TV, eagerly awaiting those annual specials, look out for Charlie Brown Christmas and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. We've also got Christmas movies in multiple genres like comedy, action, drama, and there's even a touch of spooky. And if Christmas means traveling somewhere you don't want to be, stuck in a building with people you don't like, have we got the ultimate movie for you.
What did Santa bring you, honey?
Merry Christmas!
Wondering how we put this Christmas movie list together? I know it's keeping you up at night, so I am here to tell you that every movie on this list is fresh and plays around with the script of Christmas and the holidays as a central theme. Then we sorted them all by our ranked formula, which factors in the movie's release year and its number of reviews to make the ultimate list of holiday films that melted even the most cynical critics' hearts. And now you're ready to enter a wonderland of cinematic history as we count down the best Christmas movies ever. Starting with number 10, Tangerine. After hearing that her boyfriend cheated on her while she was in jail, a sex worker and her best friend set out to find him and teach him and his new lover a lesson. Starring Katana Kiki Rodriguez, Maya Taylor, Karen Karagullian, and directed by Sean Baker. Critics say Tangerine shatters casting conventions, and its filmmaking techniques are up to the minute, but it's an old-fashioned comedy at heart and a pretty wonderful one at that.
That is a cute blouse.
Ինչ ես անում ստե։
It is.
Դու ստեղ ինչ գործ ունես։
A woman with
Չաս
style.
ցես ո՞նց։
Ագործի էր գնալու։
Ա գործի եմ եկել եմ այդ կոֆի առնեմ։
Grocery shop at the same store you shop at. Արոն այն բերել կողմից։
Ain't nobody asked you.
Ոնց է, դավայ գնում ենք տուն։
Ես չեմ գնում ոչ միտեղ։ Դու ինձ պիտի բացատրություն տաս։ Ովքեր են սրանք։
Արա նորմալ մարդիկ են, դավայ տուն ենք գնում, արի։ Դավայ, շուտ արա։
Now you gotta talk to him in Chinese.
Բացատրություն չկաս։ Դու իմ աղջիկ։ Դու երևի սրանց հետ ուռում ես, հա?
Այ կնիկ չէին ճուռել արա, ես ինչ ես ասում։ I'm doing drugs. Can you please tell her I don't do drugs? Please tell her.
He don't do my drugs.
That's
I
it?
just all these he my
Are you crazy?
prostitution.
No!
How you say this in Russian? Oh, prostituki.
Ես սպորնիկների հետ ես, հա?
Մի րոպե, Աշխեն։ Աշխեն, արի գնանք տուն։
Սրանք տղամարդ են։
Կնիկ, արի գնում ենք տուն։
Where do you find out about that one, yo? That's a
You
prostitute.
Will you
Ես
stop?
պիտի նստեմ։
That's his
Ես
favorite
այս
right
ֆերկ
there.
կստանամ։
Արի գնանք։
Number 9, Carol. Therese Belivet spots the beautiful, elegant Carol perusing the doll displays in a 1950s Manhattan department store. The two women develop a fast bond that becomes a love with complicated consequences. Starring Cate Blanchett, Rooney Mara, Sarah Paulson, and directed by Todd Haynes. Critics say shaped by Todd Haynes' deft direction and powered by a strong cast led by Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara, Carol lives up to its groundbreaking source material.
And your meals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
I'm starved. Bon appetit. What do you do on Sundays?
Nothing in particular. What do you do?
Oh, nothing lately. I mean, if you'd like to come visit me sometime, you're welcome to. At least there's some pretty country around where I live. Would you like to come visit me this Sunday?
Yes.
What a strange girl you are.
Why?
Flung out of space.
Number 8, Meet Me in St. Louis. Meet Me in St. Louis is a classic MGM romantic musical comedy that focuses on 4 sisters on the cusp of the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. Now, the film spotlights the sisters' education in the ways of the world, which includes but isn't limited to learning about life and love, courtesy of the prototypical boy next door. In the end, love, accompanied by song and dance and period costumes, all in glorious Technicolor, conquers all. Starring Judy Garland, Margaret O'Brien, Leon Ames, and directed by Vincent Minnelli. Critics say a disarmingly sweet musical led by outstanding performances from Judy Garland and Margaret O'Brien, Meet Me in St. Louis offers a holiday treat for all ages.
Katie, this is delicious. Well, I guess this hasn't been exactly a red-letter day for any of us. Now, suppose we all relax and enjoy a nice, leisurely meal. Katie, I'm sorry I couldn't eat an hour early.
Don't blame me if the corned beef's an hour tougher.
You finished already, Tootie? That's the way I like to see you eat. You'll be a big girl if you... Either I've lost some soup or I found a spoon. Oh, Katie.
Lonnie, did you have a nice day at the office? Oh, no, you didn't, did you, dear?
Oh, Katie.
Rose, did you hear that they're having a fashion pavilion at the World's Fair? Isn't that exciting?
We have to wait 6
Katie.
months for it to open. I'll die. I'll simply die.
Anybody want dessert?
Dessert? What happened to dinner?
I didn't think anybody could eat meat on a hot day like this.
Well, I'm not hot. I just had a nice cool bath, which nobody can take away from me, and I have every intention of eating an enormous dinner. And I think Katie's getting a little old. Her mental processes baffle me.
Number 7, Little Women. In the years after the Civil War, Jo March lives in New York and makes her living as a writer, while her sister Amy studies painting in Paris. Amy has a chance encounter with Theodore, a childhood crush who proposed to Jo, but was ultimately rejected. Their oldest sibling, Meg, is married to a schoolteacher, while shy sister Beth develops a devastating illness that brings the family back together. Starring Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Florence Pugh, and directed by Greta Gerwig. Critics say with a stellar cast and a smart, sensitive retelling of its classic source material, Greta Gerwig's Little Women proves some stories truly are timeless.
Popcorn, you have to make sure that it's in the middle. I know. You're doing the sides first. The sides aren't space for my popcorn because I'm making a popcorn. It's an important part. And you're wasting decorations and they're not dangling. The sides aren't the most important bit. You're doing the sides and the middle is the most important.
Here's another Christmas gift for the Marsh family.
Oh my God!
My Little Women. Oh, you've grown. Oh, Beth. Merry Christmas, my dear. Merry Christmas to each of you.
Merry Christmas, Mom. Merry Christmas.
Thank God. Thank God you're home.
Thank God for you.
Now I can be angry with you in person.
Number 6, The Nightmare Before Christmas. The film follows the misadventures of Jack Skellington, Halloween Town's beloved Pumpkin King who has become bored with the same annual routine of frightening people in the real world. Now, when Jack accidentally stumbles on Christmas Town, all bright colors and warm spirits, he gets a new lease on life. He plots to bring Christmas under his control by kidnapping Santa Claus and taking over the role. But Jack soon discovers that even the best laid plans of mice and skeleton men can go seriously awry. Starring Chris Sarandon, Catherine O'Hara, Ken Page, and directed by Henry Selick. Critics say The Nightmare Before Christmas is a stunningly original and visually delightful work of stop-motion animation. Number 5, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This made-for-TV Christmas special is a classic. Based on a Dr. Seuss book, it is about a Christmas-hating Grinch who wants to make everyone as miserable on Christmas as he is. The poor, small-hearted Scrooge learns the true meaning of Christmas through the loving Who's in Whoville. Starring Boris Karloff, June Foray, Thurl Ravenscroft, and directed by Chuck Jones. Critics say How the Grinch Stole Christmas brings an impressive array of talent to bear on an adaptation that honors a classic holiday story and has rightfully become a Yuletide tradition of its own.
Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. Now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. As the Grinch took the tree, as he started to shove, he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who. Little Cindy Lou, who was no more than 2. She stared at the Grinch and said,
Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie and he thought it up quick.
Number 4, The Shop Around the Corner. Alfred Kralik and Clara Novak are employees at Matuchek & Company, a general store in Budapest. Now, Clara and Alfred are constantly at odds with each other, butting heads and disagreeing on almost everything. Both are enamored of their respective pen pals who serve as welcome distractions in their lives. Little do they know, they are each the other's pen pal, and despite outward differences, have unwittingly fallen in love through their letters. Starring Margaret Sullivan, James Stewart, Frank Morgan, and directed by Ernst Lubitsch. Critics say, deftly directed by Ernst Lubitsch from a smart, funny script by Samson Raphaelson, The Shop Around the Corner is a romantic comedy in the finest sense of the term.
Morning, Mr. Perovich.
Good morning.
Oh, the first one, huh?
It's none of your business. And let me tell you, it doesn't hurt to be too early.
What for and why? Who sees you? Me. And who sees me? You. What does it get us? Can we give each other a raise? No.
What are you doing with that bicycle? You're not supposed to take that home. Better not let Mr. Matushek see it.
Why don't you tell him? It's all right with me. Do you know where I was last night while you were home soaking your feet in hot water? Running my legs off for Mrs. Matushek. Peppy, go to the dressmaker. And when I come back, oh, Peppy, will you please pick up a package at the drugstore?
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Katzer.
Good morning.
How's your little boy?
Much better, thanks. We call Dr. Hagedorn.
Oh, he's a very expensive doctor.
Well, what can you do? I figured I'd cut down on my cigars for a few weeks.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, that's a new silver fox. It's stunning.
Oh, thank you.
It must have been pretty expensive.
Oh, it was. I hesitated a long time before I bought it. I said, no, I can't afford it. And still I couldn't take my eyes off it. And then I said, no, I have no right
And
to...
then he said, oh, go on and take it.
Oh, trying to be clever.
Shut up,
You're
will
too
you?
fresh.
Morning.
Morning, Mr.
Morning,
Crowley.
Mr. Crowley.
Pepper, you go over to the drugstore and get me a bicarbonate soda.
What's the matter, Charlie?
Don't you feel well?
Oh, it's all right. I just...
Number 3, Holiday Inn. In this Irving Berlin musical, Jim and Lila are members of a performing trio who plan to quit and run a country hotel. When Lila says that she's fallen in love with the dancer in the act, Ted, Jim leaves town with a broken heart. After turning the inn into a holidays-only live entertainment venue, Jim winds up booking and falling for Linda. But when Ted shows up at the place after being dumped by Lila, he too sets his sights on beautiful Linda. Starring Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, Marjorie Reynolds, and directed by Mark Sandrich. Critics say with the combined might of Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, and Irving Berlin working in its favor, Holiday Inn is a seasonal classic, not least because it introduced White Christmas to the world.
Hello, boys.
Hello. Hi, Union. Played up cards here tonight.
Where's the surprise?
Uh-huh, right here. Little home cooking I whipped up.
Beautiful. Be careful, it's my heart.
No, I ain't kidding either. I wrote this just for you, honey.
Number 2, Miracle on 34th Street. In this Christmas classic, an old man going by the name of Kris Kringle fills in for an intoxicated Santa in Macy's annual Thanksgiving Day parade. Now, Kringle proves to be such a hit that he is soon appearing regularly at the chain's main store in Midtown Manhattan. Now, when Kringle surprises customers and employees alike by claiming that he really is Santa Claus, it leads to a court case to determine his mental health and, more importantly, his authenticity. Starring Maureen O'Hara, John Payne, Edmund Gwenn, and directed by George Seaton. Critics say irrefutable proof that gentle sentimentalism can be the chief ingredient in a wonderful film. Miracle on 34th Street delivers a warm holiday message without resorting to treacle.
What I'm trying to explain to you is, come in.
You said you wanted to see me, Mrs. Walker.
Come right in.
Hello there. Good to see you again.
It's nice to see you.
You're awfully lucky, Mrs. Walker. Lovely little girl you have here.
Thank you. And Susan's the reason I asked you to drop down. She's a little confused, and I thought maybe you could help to straighten her out.
I'd be glad to.
Would you please tell her that you're not really Santa Claus? That there actually is no such person?
Well, I'm sorry to disagree with you, Mrs. Walker, but not only is there such a person, but here I am to prove it.
No. You misunderstand. I want you to tell her the truth. What's your name?
Kris Kringle. I'll bet you're in the first grade.
Second.
I mean your real name.
That is my real name. Second grade?
It's a progressive school.
Oh, it's a progressive school.
May I have this gentleman's employment card, please?
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
This dress is very cute. Where did you get such a lovely outfit?
Here at Macy's, we get 10% off.
Please don't feel that you have to keep pretending for Susan's benefit. She's a very intelligent child and always wants to know the absolute truth.
Good, because I always tell the absolute truth. Now, about your school, what's the name of your teacher?
Mrs. Haney.
Mrs. Haney.
Here it is, Mrs. Walker.
Thank you.
Well, what else do you do besides read and play games?
And before we reveal number one, here are some honorable mentions. A Charlie Brown Christmas. Christmas time is here. Happiness and cheer, and for Peanuts fans everywhere, it just wouldn't be Christmas without this classic holiday delight. Christmas lights may be twinkling red and green, but Charlie Brown has the Yuletide blues. To get in the holiday spirit, he takes Lucy's advice and directs the Christmas play. And what's a Christmas play without a Christmas tree? But everyone makes fun of the short, spindly, never green Charlie Brown brings back until the real meaning of Christmas works its magic once again. Starring Peter Robbins, Christopher Shea, Tracy Stratford, and directed by Bill Melendez and Phil Roman. Gregory Winecoff from New Times says it's truly wonderful. Even followers of Zoroaster can dig it. The choreography is particularly spiffy.
Snoopy, you'll have to be all the animals in our play. Can you be a sheep? How about a cow? How about a penguin? Yes, he's even a good penguin. No. Listen, all of you. You've got to take direction. You've got to have discipline. You've got to have respect for your director. I ought to slug you. Ugh! I've been kissed by a dog. I have dog germs. Get hot water. Get some disinfectant. Get some iodine. All right, script girl. Continue with the scripts. Linus, you've got to get rid of that stupid blanket. And here, memorize these lines. I can't memorize these lines. This is ridiculous. Memorize it and be ready to recite when your cue comes. I can't memorize something like this so quickly. Why should I be put through such agony? Give me one good reason why I should memorize this. I'll give you 5 good reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are good reasons. Christmas is not only getting too commercial, it's getting too dangerous.
Die Hard. New York City policeman John McClane is visiting his estranged wife and 2 daughters on Christmas Eve. He joins her at a holiday party in the headquarters of the Japanese-owned business that she works for. But the festivities are interrupted by a group of terrorists who take over the exclusive high-rise and everyone in it. Very soon, McClane realizes that there's no one to save the hostages but him. Starring Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, Bonnie Bedelia, and directed by John McTiernan. Critics say its many imitators and sequels have never come close to matching the taut thrills of the definitive holiday action classic.
Mr. Guest. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Unless you want to open the front door for me.
But you have me at a loss. You know my name, but who are you? Just another American who saw too many movies as a child? Another orphan of a bankrupt culture who thinks he's John Wayne, Rambo, Marshall Dillon?
I was always kind of partial to Roy Rogers, actually. I really like those sequin shirts.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
Arthur Christmas. Everyone knows that each Christmas, Santa Claus delivers presents to every last child on Earth. What everyone doesn't know is that Santa accomplishes the feat with a very high-tech operation beneath the North Pole. But when the unthinkable happens and Santa misses one child out of hundreds of millions, someone has to save the day. It's up to Arthur, Santa's youngest son, to deliver a present to the forgotten tyke before Christmas morning dawns. Starring James McAvoy, Hugh Laurie, Bill Nye, and directed by Sarah Smith. Critics say Aardman Animations broadens their humor a bit for Arthur Christmas, a clever and earnest holiday film with surprisingly emotional strength.
Reno, your ho-ho is equipped with state-of-the-art EMF sensor technology hacked directly from the military's missile program. I want you to locate the batteries and perform a level 3 gift wrap incision. Go in through the robin.
Incising robin.
Big girl's blouse. Lot of fuss. I did my 70 missions without any of this malarkey. Didn't we, lad?
Twist ties clear.
Can I watch with you, Grand Santa? Shut the door. Hell's berries is the North Pole.
Is the kid still asleep? He mustn't see Santa. Dad would rather die than spoil it for him.
What if you do wake the odd nipper? A whack on the head with a sock full of sand and a dab of whiskey on the lips they don't remember in the morning.
Screwdriver else.
Yes! What happened to going down the chimney? Never did me any. Get off! You smell like a wet elf.
Goodness! Down, boy. Basket. Here you are, Grand Santa. I've made you a nice mince pie.
I can't eat that. It gets in my teeth.
Oh, dear. Now, I've just got to visit the elf hospital, look over a treaty with Greenland and make the gravy. Then we'll finally have the whole family home for Christmas.
And finally, number 1, It's a Wonderful Life. After George Bailey wishes he had never been born, an angel is sent to Earth to make George's wishes come true. George starts to realize how many lives he has changed and impacted, and how they would be different if he was never there. Starring James Stewart, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore, and directed by Frank Capra. Critics say the holiday classic to define all holiday classics, It's a Wonderful Life is one of a handful of films worth an annual viewing.
Mary, I know what I'm going to do tomorrow and the next day and next year and a year after that. I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon, the Colosseum. Then I'm coming back here and go to college and see what they know. And then I'm going to build things. I'm going to build airfields. I'm going to build skyscrapers 100 stories high. I'm going to build bridges a mile long. Were you going to throw a rock? Hey, that's pretty good. What'd you wish, Mary?
Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight?
And dance by the light of the moon. What'd you wish when you threw that rock?
Oh, no.
Come on, tell me.
If I told you, it might not come true.
What is it you want, Mary? What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Mary.
I'll take it.
And friends, that about does it for us. Be sure to stay tuned to the Rotten Tomatoes channel for more of the entertainment content that you love, and for even more news, scores, and recommendations on the latest TV shows and movies, head on over to RottenTomatoes.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Naz Perez, and we'll see you back here for more Top 10s on the Rotten Tomatoes Countdown.